New this morning, a home in the East Mountains goes up in flames. The Edgewood and Bernalillo County Fire Departments responded to a fully involved structure fire about 2 o'clock this morning. It was over off of Filomena Road off of New Mexico 337 south of Edgewood. The burning home is next to an abandoned church and near a cemetery. Crews have been at the scene the majority of the night. No word on any injuries here. So far, no word on how it started either. One person is lucky to be alive this morning in Albuquerque after escaping from a house fire in the 9,000 block of La Barranca Avenue Northeast overnight. The homeowner called 911 after finding flames inside the garage. Firefighters were able to quickly knock down the blaze. No injuries have been reported. The owner, by the way, was displaced because of smoke damage. The cause of this fire also under investigation.
Well, 5:31 now, a bill outlawing discrimination against anyone who is gay, bisexual, and transgender is now on the way to the U.S. House. It passed in the Senate yesterday with support from New Mexico's 2 senators. The bill's final vote, 64-32, includes the votes of Senators Martin Heinrich and Tom Udall for yes, but it probably won't get such a warm welcome in the House. Speaker John Boehner is against it, saying it's, quote, unnecessary and will likely lead to frivolous lawsuits. We'll keep you updated. Well, some workers say it was a hostile workplace where every harassing comment in the book was allowed.
And it happened inside an Albuquerque City Department. News 13's Kim Holland on special assignment talked to 4 current and former employees who worked at the Solid Waste Department. They say Joe Gutierrez, Randy Pena, and Steve Chacon made comments about employees' race, sexuality, and gender, and that Chacon was a supervisor. Now, staff say no comment was off limits, and they say that the harassment went on for years.
They call him and cotton picker, monkey.
All they'll do is call us names.
All 3 employees were fired, but 2 of them are fighting to get their jobs back, and they may. To see that part of the story and why it has taken so long for the city to act, please join us at 9 o'clock on 2 Casa Fox. By the way, you can see the entire story on the website. Just hop on over to KRQE.com. The month of October was a big moneymaker for the state, with the oil and gas industry bringing in a whopping $68 million. That is the 3rd highest monthly revenue for the state land office. The state says the money will go to public schools, universities, and hospitals. Portions also go to the state pen, water reserves, and reservoirs and the Rio Grande improvements.
Well, Governor Susana Martinez's former campaign manager is pleading not guilty in the case where he's accused of hacking into her email. Jamie Estrada's attorneys entered that plea in federal court yesterday. He's already pled not guilty to a dozen other counts, including intercepting email. The governor says she fired Estrada in late 2009 before she was elected, but the feds say he continued to have access to her email.
A controversial painting at St. Bernadette is coming down. For years, many parishioners at the Northeast Albuquerque Church complained the painting shows the male anatomy. Now it seems the Archdiocese has had enough. The diocese did not say it suddenly finds the painting offensive. It just said it wants to respect the concerns of the parishioners here. The church hasn't said when the painted crucifix will come down or what it will do with it, but it says that it will cost about 40 grand to replace it. A homeless woman is facing charges after 2 dogs were stolen out of a yard in Santa Fe. The owner of the dogs say that they were taken out of her yard. Sarah Chapman says Olive and Rashi went missing last weekend. A few days later, Chapman's sister spotted Erin Corvin, a homeless woman, walking Olive down the street. Well, Corvin was arrested for receiving stolen property. Sadly, Rashi was hit by a car and killed.
Well, in just a couple hours, APS Superintendent Winston Brooks will go into a closed-door meeting with the school board to talk about his controversial comments on Twitter. This week, he was tweeting with a reporter about a meeting where Public Education Secretary-designate Hannah Scandera was talking. It looks like some of the tweets likened Ms. Scandera to a farm animal. Created a big fuss, and obviously she wasn't happy about it. For his part, Mr. Brooks does apologize and says the tweets were misunderstood.
A soup kitchen in Alamogordo is closing its doors. The city is evicting the Otero Hungry Coalition to make space for storage for the police department. The group uses the La Placita building every Wednesday to serve dinner to more than 80 homeless people. The coalition says the eviction comes as a shock. But the city says they gave the group fair warning.
Yesterday morning, we were notified that we have till the weekend to evacuate the building.
It is worth noting that they have been operating there since the end of September without any agreement with the city, and the city has been affording the utility costs of the operations.
City officials say they gave the coalition a 30-day eviction notice. Volunteers will serve Wednesday dinners in the park until they can afford a new space.
My favorite story of the morning, a veterans home here in Albuquerque is getting a much-needed facelift thanks to a lot of volunteers and a couple of charities. The Home Depot Foundation is partnering with Operation Home Front to transform Jack Hill's home. Both he and his wife were in the Navy. They live in the home with her mother and the couple's young son. More than 70 volunteers here are doing a lot of work on the home, including building some new storage units and chicken coop.
I'm so in awe of the amount of volunteering and outpouring from the community. We do a lot of volunteering ourselves, and I never expected it to come back towards us.
We call it karma. What goes around comes around. Good stuff, too. The goal of the Operation Homefront is to ensure that every veteran has a safe place to call home. Can't wait till that's all done.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait to see it. What a great thing, I tell you.
Very much is.
Just in time for Veterans Day on Monday.
That's true.